$931 checks are back in the spotlight, and now there's talk of a $5,000 Doge dividend that could change everything. But is it the real deal? Or just another government promise that fizzles out? With new updates coming in fast, many are wondering what this means for their wallets and when or if these payments will ever arrive. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what's confirmed about the $931 amount that's already available, how it ties into the proposed $5,000 Doge dividend, and what still needs to happen before any of that money actually hits your account. We'll also uncover what insiders, including Fishback, are saying about the process, what obstacles still stand in the way, and why some believe these payments could restore faith in a system many no longer trust. Stick around until the end, so you don't miss any of the crucial details that could affect your eligibility, your benefits, and your financial future. Welcome to Financial Area, where we make sense of your money. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a vital update. The $931 stimulus amount has been confirmed as part of the early rollout connected to the broader Doge dividend proposal. While not everyone qualifies yet, the amount is targeted toward individuals who meet specific income and filing status requirements, including those already receiving certain federal benefits. This figure is seen as a stepping stone, a tangible first move in a larger plan that could eventually deliver as much as $5,000 to eligible taxpayers. Unlike previous relief payments, this round is being framed not just as a stimulus, but as a potential dividend from taxpayer contributions. The concept of the Doge dividend is ambitious. It's rooted in the idea that taxpayers should receive a share of the excess funds or savings recouped from government programs, fraud prevention, and economic gains. Proponents argue that every American who has contributed through taxes over the years deserves a direct return, especially as inflation and cost of living pressures continue to rise. If implemented fully, the Doge dividend could deliver up to $5,000 per person in multiple phases, but that full amount is still hypothetical at this stage. Eligibility would likely depend on multiple factors such as income thresholds, tax filing status, and possibly even the duration of prior contributions. Right now, the connection between the $931 amount and the proposed $5,000 payout serves more as an indicator of intent than a guarantee. Officials and analysts are presenting it as a symbolic down payment, a way to demonstrate the government's commitment to giving back to the public while more complex parts of the plan are debated and developed. Still, until the larger framework is established, this first payment remains isolated. There's growing interest and momentum behind expanding it, but there's also a clear acknowledgement that we're only at the beginning of what could be a long and politically charged process. One of the major conditions tied to the success of the Doge dividend program is the urgent need to streamline and reform the Social Security system. For years, officials have warned about the levels of waste, fraud, and administrative inefficiencies draining billions from critical government programs. In order to fund something as substantial as the $5,000 dividend, lawmakers are pointing to these areas as key sources of potential savings. By cutting out fraudulent claims, closing loopholes, and improving how benefits are distributed, the government could redirect those resources back to the taxpayers, fueling dividend payments without adding to the national deficit. This approach isn't just about money. It's also about trust. Many Americans feel they've paid into a system for decades, only to see benefits eroded or misused. The idea of cleaning up Social Security is being packaged as a way to preserve it for future generations, while also generating surplus funds that can be returned to the people. Some policymakers have even proposed automated audits and digital verification systems as tools to catch fraud early and prevent improper payments from going out at all. These modernizations are being billed as essential not only for protecting the program, but also for unlocking new opportunities to invest in citizen-focused initiatives like the Doge dividend. At the core of the proposal is the belief that the government should acknowledge the financial pressure everyday Americans face and start returning a portion of taxpayer contributions. That philosophy is quickly gaining traction, especially among working-class voters who've grown skeptical of how Washington handles public money. The Doge dividend is being positioned not just as a relief effort, but as a shift in how the government relates to its citizens, giving back instead of just collecting. This change in tone has sparked debate across political lines, with some seeing it as a much-needed correction, and others warning that without structural reforms, it's nothing more than a populist gesture. Despite growing excitement around the Doge dividend and the confirmed $931 stimulus amount, the reality is that no substantial payments can be made without a formal legislative process. While some officials have expressed support, there is currently no law in place authorizing the full $5,000 distribution. That legal framework is crucial. Without it, all talk of dividends remains speculative. Lawmakers would need to draft, debate, and pass a bill that clearly outlines who qualifies, how much is paid, and where the funding comes from. Until then, the initiative remains stuck in a holding pattern, with the $931 acting more as a pilot program than a promise of more to come. This legal gap is what many experts and insiders are warning about. Fishback, a key voice in the ongoing debate, emphasized during a recent interview that while the intentions behind the Doge dividend are admirable, the path to implementation is anything but simple. He pointed out that any delay in legislation not only slows down potential payments, but also risks losing public interest and political momentum. Fishback also cautioned that without tight safeguards, large-scale payments could trigger inflationary effects, undermining the very financial relief they're intended to provide. Public reaction remains sharply divided. Supporters argue that the government finally giving back a portion of taxpayer money is long overdue, especially with economic pressures mounting across the country. They view the dividend as a tool to rebalance financial inequality and empower citizens directly. On the other hand, skeptics see it as an unrealistic promise built on unstable political ground. They question whether the government can afford to make such large payments without increasing debt or risking economic instability. As debates continue, so does the uncertainty, leaving many Americans wondering if this bold vision will ever turn into real money in their hands. The idea of a $5,000 Doge dividend check is bold, inspiring, and for many, long overdue. With the confirmed $931 stimulus amount, the groundwork is being laid. But the journey ahead still depends on critical legislative steps and real reform within key systems like Social Security. While hope is building and support is growing, so is skepticism, and for good reason. Until lawmakers take decisive action, the Doge dividend remains a vision more than a reality. As always, we'll be watching every development closely to keep you informed and ahead of the curve. This isn't just about politics. It's about your money, your future, and your voice in how it's handled. Thanks for watching Financial Area. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an important update.